All right, then, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, those in between or undecided, welcome to the Metroid Prime Randomizer weekly races. And oh boy, do we have something a little different in store for you today. What's going on, Sass? What have these runners walked into?
So today we are doing something that is called a randomizer. Now, for those that may not be familiar, what a randomizer is it's a randomizer, but a person or a group of people decides what the logic is.
Yes.
And we've come up with something special today.
Yep, so me and Sass have been working and testing on this for the last week and a half, and we have Op82 joining us from the kind of the blind commentary perspective, so we can get some genuine responses. How you doing, Op?
Pretty good. How are you guys?
Good,
Doing
good.
good. Excited. I want to see how this goes. I want to see how our runners feel.
Yeah, I don't know what to expect. All I know is it's a Plando, so I expect some kind of shenanigans. But I haven't kept up with the updates to the Plando, so could be some new features that I'm unaware of.
Yeah. So there is a lot of shenanigans that we've built into this. The best thing to consider is that the game that you're going to be seeing today is not like what you've seen before. There is a lot of things we've had a little more control over and being able to shape, change, or do to the player. So they're going to be put in situations that they're going to be quite simply baffled by. And we're going to be rude. Ultimately, we're going to be rude and it's going to be fun for us, you guys watching it, and hopefully the racers walk out at the end of it going, why did I get into this? So we're just making sure that everybody in the race time is good. Let's see what's going on. Everybody's chatting comfortably. How are we, chat? What are we looking forward to? What kind of stuff do we want to see?
There we go.
Yep. Right then. And I have now finished my gatekeeping. The timer is ticking down. And we shall see what shenanigans the folks get into. So we have the number one seed for the tournament and the number two seed for the tournament going head to head here on this run. So things should be exciting.
Do you guys have audio? I don't.
Ah, that's a good show.
Um, let's. Yeah, I don't see audio on the.
Yeah, Captain India in chat says it's still cycling the playlist.
Then
Well, let's see if we can get that worked out.
And looks like we're off. I'll start. Okay. Seems normal. Oh. Okay. Interesting. Seems we've started in containment. I'm guessing power beam shoots wave conduits. Or else,
Yep.
how else would they get out of there? They do have supers for the item there. The interslice check it? I don't think anyone has.
So it doesn't look like Reggie's realized he has space jump.
No, we're gonna see it. No. Okay. No? Did I miss them getting that item?
So they immediately picked up super missiles inside biohazard containment.
Oh, that's where they were. Okay, I
Yeah.
didn't recognize that. Oh, they just started in the middle of the room.
No, so they started physically inside the biohazard containment. They picked up super missiles and they had to fire a super missile to get out of the room.
Oh, okay. Don't know how I missed that.
We are currently working on the audio aspect.
Okay, got more. I'm guessing there's no warp to start, right? Since it's planned out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
no work to start.
the Plando works solely on just patches to or modifications to the random prime patcher.
Yeah, so there will be things like random door changes as well. We've been able to modify kind of doors. We've been able to modify item locations as well. A little bit more advanced than what was in previous Plandos.
Also, did that Tower of Light door bug get fixed?
It did, yeah.
Okay. Looks like Uncle Reggie's trying to go back towards Hydraxis Tunnel, maybe? Hoping Boost is there?
Yeah, so Interslice is pushing out to the front of Frigate. Reggie clearly didn't read the README.
Oh, we got Toaster Party in chat with us. Saying they'll
Yes.
answer questions. Chat has any?
Yeah.
They'll be in and out to do that.
So everything you're seeing today on this race is primarily thanks to Toaster and the work that he has put in into the shenanigans, the tools, and the various bits and bobs that you'll be seeing as part of this Plando. Let's see if there's any comments in the race time. No.
Yeah.
So let me just update the tracker. Both players will have Morph Ball. So we can gate doors in the Plando tool. So we can actually disable doors. if we want to push players into certain directions, we can also create one-way doors so it's
Okay.
possible.
A second morph ball. Interesting. It's an unusual spot for that too.
And we have audio by the looks of it.
Yep.
Yep.
Gravity. Not sure what to make of that yet. Inner slice, you can get those.
Ah, well, here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. Here is the thing. So, the morph ball that you saw on the ground, the inner slice picked up, was actually a anti-morph ball. It removed the morph ball item from him.
Oh.
Now, that's something that, they'll have to find out by trial and error, because we do not yet have HUD memo text to indicate that the item was lost.
Must have pressed the button and was like, what?
Yep, and as you see, there was a green door, a super missile door.
Could he have jumped around that? The morph ball?
No way to do it. There's not enough space to actually get through the door frame and not click the item pickup.
Ugh. You guys are disgusting.
We made sure that there is no way around losing morph ball.
Look like a suit icon. Is one about to lose it? No, that's a missile. Reggie looks a little mad.
Yep. He spent all that time doing a trick that the readme, if he made it a red me, told him wasn't required.
Oh, careful.
So Inner Slice is making his way through towards the Hive mecha location. We'll switch over to Inner Slice. Oh, Inner Slice, what's happening here? Oh, look at that, the nod.
Oh. So you can't dash around it, I'm guessing. But you could just slope jump around it.
Yep, you can
That's
still
nice.
cheat it. But yes,
no,
we've also...
no more supers.
So they actually gained supers there. We took supers off them when they entered landing site. Originally.
I missed that.
So I'll just get that updated. And the reason for that was so that they couldn't access Artifact Temple immediately with the supers that they had. And that was kind of to be a lesson to them, so that they would go up to the door, try to super it, and realise they didn't have supers. Now Reggie is just learning he doesn't have Morph Ball.
What to do?
Reggie picking up his his gravity suit, sorry. Yep, Inter Slice lost his space jump as well. So, does everybody love boss battles?
He can't scan dash. You should
Yep,
see the race time comments.
I need to pull it up and see. Everyone is just like, what? So yeah, the idea with we named the Plando Trial of the Warrior, so what we wanted to do was put them into situations where they have to fight bosses and make it a challenge. You're too used to watching these speedrunners do these awkward techniques or these super tricky things to avoid certain things or game break these fights. We want them to fight these and actually get a challenge for once. And why not give them the Beetle battle for once?
Oh man, the ideas for my next plan though are just flowing right now.
So Slice got his scan visor back. He also got his space jump back.
No supers for Tree, right?
And he's got his supers.
They do have supers. Yeah.
Did they check Tree? Did I miss it?
3 was an E-tank.
Oh, okay, missed it. Reggie taking that safety save. It's a wise choice in a plan though.
The unpowered doors are flat out unusable. They are completely disabled and not expected to go through them. There are no AI related doors in this Plando. You're not required to use enemies to open them. We thought that'd be a bit too tricky. So Reggie has just walked into Hive Totem and has learned that he no longer has his supers or space jump, and Reggie is triggering the fight.
So this was the only exception of bosses that wanted to force them to fight.
This one, there wasn't really a whole lot we could do to stop them doing the slope jump.
Ah.
But Reggie just throwing lemons around.
Reggie in the race time says, I hate you so much.
Slice is now done with his initial Chozo leg. And walking away with these reclaimed scan visor, super missiles, space jump, and morph ball.
Is the water preventing the bees from attacking?
It looks like it. I think they were kind of stuck in an awkward pathing issue, potentially. So this is doable, it's just kind of tricky with the water physics. And there we go. Reggie gets his supers. Seems everybody in the race time is having fun with the shenanigans.
But that's thing.
So we are now entering into Magma. Reggie's already told me he hates me. That's probably the closest to explicits.
Oh, nice. Just got scared for a second there.
Yep, so sadly we can't amend the HUD memo that's there, but we have removed the lava and the heat. So Magma is a nice little holiday destination. It's no longer at your ridiculous heat levels anymore.
Oh, I gotta see Reggie's reaction to this.
Yep, I'm pulling up the race time too.
He even tried to get around it a little bit.
Now he's going for some terrible NSJ strats here to try and get over the fight trigger.
Oh, Meerkat strats. Nice.
And then he goes.
He falls into the trigger.
And down he went. So I'm Slice is just doing some Magma cleanup. I do need to update this, however, Reggie is soon to be getting his Morph Ball back.
Oh, so Toaster, you're saying he could have just jumped over the trigger from where he landed on the branch, but he turned around because he wanted the upper item? Man, that's unfortunate.
Reggie gets his scan visor back, and secretly he also gets his space jump back here.
How's it secretly?
The two items are overlapped with each other, so you only get a HUD memo for one. This is why the document, the README, specifically says use an auto tracker, because it will tell you exactly what you get and when you get it.
What about the item models? Because I only saw the visor.
So the space jump is there, but the space jump awkwardly has a weird like kind of hitbox or kind of like bubble. So when you place the space jump, the actual space jump item is higher up than the positioning coordinates than expected.
Okay. Gotcha.
And so Slice recently just picked up his Spider Ball.
It's like Reggie's headed to Magma now.
This has been a little bit of a questionable dip here.
It's like Reggie is thinking about it, wondering if it's disabled on the other side.
Now, let's hope Reggie doesn't mess this up. There are no intentional soft locks, so if Reggie does successfully do this, he will be fine. I've made sure the door is blue. The door is blue. And it looks like Interslice has got his regular bombs. And is heading towards Pindrana first.
I knew it.
Welcome to the sunlight, where the sunlight is dangerous. And Interslice has immediately decided, nope, not interested in that. Yep, Reggie. I think Reggie's cogs are taking a little bit of time to realise what shenanigans are afoot. So Interslice is heading to one of the other elevator locations.
Who else do we have in this race? Robo Scout, Air Razor, Baja Blood, Reed Whaley, and Asder.
Yeah, we got a good turnout today for this weekly.
I think everybody was enticed by the spiciness.
Yeah. I'm doing this because I was too scared to play it.
How are you finding it so far?
I kind of regret it a little bit, but at least I get to play it vicariously through watching it.
So there is no preset as such, but we Toaster Party will be looking to release the Plando in future. The Winter Slice has now hit Chozo, or the second part to Chozo.
Back Chozo, okay.
What do we think we'll find in Chozo chat? What do we think we'll see? Yep.
Don't know.
Lava Lake led to far, Chozo. We have the power to change elevator destinations.
Oh. Didn't realize Spider Ball was there in Lava Lake.
Yep, Reggie's picked up his spider ball.
I'm assuming Inner Slice has it too. Yeah, yeah, it's on the tracker.
Getting a nice wee dip into a missile station for a recharge. I'm curious to see where Reggie chooses to go from here.
Wolves in Short Tunnel.
Short Tunnel was just a missile.
Huh.
There is Darks. There's a missile station in Chozo. You don't see it very often unless you're doing bingo, to be perfectly honest.
Now, Reggie making an interesting decision here, going the opposite way of where Inner Slice went. We'll see what he finds.
Mm.
Inner Slice reaching the Burn Dome section. We'll switch over to Reggie's audio. We've got a change of scenery at the moment.
Plasma door. Think I see where you were going with that one. Flamethrower on Zoid.
Hard to say. Yep, as Toaster is saying, an additional feature here. We are using Power Beam to trigger the conduits here. So we're not limited to having Wave Beam requirement for those.
And it can actually be any beam to activate the conduits. Just the point is that we removed the strict wave beam requirement as vanilla would require.
Go Reggie forgetting how the puzzle works and what order to do things in. He must be quite taken aback. Picking up his speed B, his boost ball.
Worth. Okay, that's locked. And we got a bomb door. That is a bomb door, right?
Yeah, that's a bomb door.
It's Reggie not out. Oh, right.
He's not found his bombs yet. Reggie shooting power beams to the sound of the music. And Slice grabbing another E-tank and just collecting some missiles. And as Loki's pointing out, Chozo's a little dry today.
Hey. Oh, never mind.
So wondering what Reggie's thinking here. Has he caught on?
Are there any points of no return?
There are all points of no return are soft lock prevented. So if you go down a point of no return, you will not get stuck there.
Okay.
We've made sure, as best as we possibly could, to prevent anything silly happening.
Cool.
Now, it's not to say that something may happen. Sometimes these runners do things that aren't necessarily expected. They may sequence break, even our Plando, and bizarre things might happen.
Does Reggie think those were anti-bombs?
Well, he never had bombs to begin with, so I don't know what he's doing. I think he was just proving the point.
Ah.
Maybe just showing off.
It says, I want a refund.
So Inner Slice has just picked up a plasma beam in Magma pool that was dry. And he'll be taking this plasma beam. Over into the Zoid fight.
Okay.
Welcome to the floor is made of lava, everybody.
Should be enough health, right?
Oh yeah, plenty of health.
Oh, that was nice of you.
And Reggie is making the jump into Findrana.
Lava in Findrana too. Thought it was just the hot air at first.
Now we decided to add a little lava to it.
Oh, nice implementation of this trick here, standing on Zoid like that.
Mm-hmm. And Reggie's deciding, nope, I don't want any of this. Oh, on second thought.
That works too. Ah, figured.
Oop, wrong side. Yep. And Inner Slice has picked up Flamethrower. And accidentally clicked on Reggie's side, because I'm an idiot.
Waste of time.
Not all of Fen is heated. The outdoor sections of Fen are heated, bar one room, and that's because the one room was a little too dubious to go heating up.
Ooh.
Reggie did save. Choosing not to use his boost ball. Oh, there we go. We could superheat save stations if we wanted, but it wouldn't be kind of us. The idea here is that it's the harsh sunlight.
Ooh.
And Reggie just 2 feet away from an E-tank there.
Got a little scared for Interslice for a second there. Thought he was gonna get stuck in that doorway like I did once.
That bug still haunts a lot of us, and it's never been replicated. I think Reggie may have been able to tell what it was, which would explain why we're going back for it. And I wonder what Interslice's plan here is today. So this is the one room that we did not superheat. And the reason for this is that we wanted to keep certain things at least within their vanilla expectations. Fireball does not work in superheat. So if a player chose to do this puzzle vanilla, they would not be able to actually finish it. So we had to keep it. Have a little muffled to keep that fixes it. That any better, chat? Let me know.
Yeah, much better.
Yeah, why did Interslice reset? I missed it. I was answering a text.
So
Oh,
Interslice...
Interslice went up to the entrance to Flagra and has realized that that is a disabled door.
Oh.
So they cannot fight Flagra.
Oh.
So to double back on my explanation for Ruin Courtyard, Ruin Courtyard's vanilla progression requires you to use Spider Ball to activate the puzzle and climb it and complete it. While you're taking heat damage, Spider Ball does not activate. So we kept that room unheated to allow them, if the player so chooses, to do it base vanilla. Reggie now heading into labs. What do we think we're going to find here, chat? What's in laboratory? Poor life choices. Varia. Reggie picking up a nice wee tank. I'm taking the save station as well.
My mom loves texting me when I'm busy.
Now I'm curious as to what Interslice will do here. Will he return to the superheated Fendrana that he noped out of? Or is he going to go exploring to the other direction where Boost Ball was?
I don't know why that surprised me, but just seeing that real meter.
We didn't extend any trigger boxes. It would have been funny if we could, but I'd rather not put them in the middle of harsh sunlight and a trooper fight. And it looks like Interslice is traversing to the other side of Magma. They'll be happy to find their boost ball.
I'm the rapid versions here. Normally when I think of Plandos, I think of them being linear, but I like this.
So the key thing that I wanted to do with this middle section of the Plando was create a choose your own adventure book type thing, which I explored with Alexis. All 3 areas that are bomb locked are accessible from the very beginning of Magma, essentially. And they are all completable in any order. They're just a little bit difficult depending on what order you choose to do them in.
Gotcha.
So Reggie obviously making the dive into the heated Fendrana here. It shows to go for one of the
Reggie also making a comment in the race time thinks they have made a mistake.
Not really, from the looks of it.
But now, as they have found out, they are getting rewarded with the ice beam.
Is that door disabled?
Yep. Bottom of research core is disabled, and everybody, welcome to the Dark Labs. When he picks up ice beam.
It's like you might be rewarded, but F you still. Not getting out that easy.
Reed Whaley just casually threatening to come to Scotland to get
See
his own
that.
back. Where is the boost ball on this? So Winter Slice has just picked up his boost ball. And Reggie is climbing out in the dark. Just make sure you don't stand on any Lego. Done that before and it hurts. Inner Slice is climbing geothermal core to get to plasma processing. And Reggie has just typed mad in the chat. This wee E-tank keeps them nice and healthy. What trigger are you talking about, Toaster? The trigger here, remember, gets removed when you activate Dark Labs on Control Tower. So we can just pass right through, thankfully. It switches layer. Well, that captain's thinking maybe a phase-on suit in PMT. And Inner Slice is jumping into phase-on mines. We'll see what Inner Slice makes of the mines. Mines is having a little bit of an issue at the moment, you'll discover.
Reggie doesn't have Varia. You didn't heat this one?
This room is not heated. This was the room that I was explaining that to do the vanilla puzzle you need Spider Ball, and heat damage actually stops you using Spider Ball.
Missed that part.
So we had to turn off the heat there.
Yeah. We know that several runners know the standable terrain exploits, but we didn't want to make that one of the required tricks.
Gotcha.
Yep, Mines is having a bit of a flooding issue at the moment.
Nice.
Yep, the sewage system in Mines has kind of packed in. Ooh, what is interesting? Oh, that's nifty. Never seen that before. Reggie turning away from the Mama Sheep of him.
Looked like an E-tank, was it?
Not an E-tank. Wasn't Vanilla Wave. Yep, and there was a vanilla grapple. Because why not? Now I wonder where Reggie's going to go next. After his little exploration. Yep. Inner Slice took a wee nosy out the window and saw the submersion. Looks like Reggie's deciding to explore the other direction now, following the footsteps of Inner Slice. And into Central Dynamo.
It's like plasma down there. I'm guessing
No,
he'll
it's
lose it. Oh,
It's
so
not plasma. He's got plasma. There is only one of each beam.
I was thinking he'd lose it or something. What is that? Oh, wave. I think. Yeah, it's wave. Should have seen that coming. Oh, and E-tanks, okay.
Yeah, there's some pick-me-ups in the maze. Just to make sure. Because the thing that we noticed is if you choose to come here at the very beginning, Inner Slice just walking away from the wave beam, I think.
Yeah.
If you choose to go this is the vanilla route, you might only walk in here with 3 E-tanks, so we wanted to put some kind of wee pick-me-ups. Now, those E-tanks don't physically give an E-tank, but they give a refill.
Ah. Locked off.
Now Reggie is following suit into mines. And seeing the damage. Now, I had looked into making waste disposal full of acid, but it messed around too much with the physics. Made it really difficult actually traversing waste disposal. On a slice, now he's wave beam deciding where they want to go. And Reggie discovering, nope, that is a wave door down there. And the two runners will be high-fiving each other on the waste disposal. Reggie definitely chose the hardest order to do things in. Thank you, Sass. And Reggie shaking their head at the grapple beam pickup originally. There goes Biggs. There goes Wedge.
He tells insecurity access A, but Inner Slice didn't go for it. Must have been nothing.
Slice taking the kind of the slowish way of dealing with this. This applies a bit of pressure, but you can choose to just boost through this.
It's a little hard to tell what that was in the stream.
Reggie doing some shenanigans with the elevator here.
What did he do? I missed it.
He let the elevator go down, but he managed to clip through, so the elevator would go down while he was still up above.
Oh, right.
So in the slice, dealing with some wave pirates.
Oh, he is going for it. You just had to do that first. Forgot.
Just a missile. As we said, they had some drainage issues, so the safely kept missiles have kind of been submerged as well. So Sass, how was your experience running through this and doing the testing and whatnot?
I overall, I felt things were good. I did see a comment earlier about, kind of how you choose your own adventure. I kind of did the same thing Reggie did and went into Pendrana early, which definitely makes that area kind of difficult. But I think overall the difficulty is pretty balanced.
Oh, Reggie missing the snipe.
And there's been a couple revisions. Some of that stuff was added after the fact. So, I kind of knew about the initial setup and it kind of helped work that out. But some of these new changes, like the flooded mines, I got to play blindly, which was very fun. TGC has put in some great work and definitely some fun, interesting quirks to this Plando.
And to be honest, most of these were all kind of down to Toaster as well, being able to facilitate and talk me through how to mess around with the various tools to kind of make these things viable as well. So Interslice managed to pick up his Wave Buster and also grabbed another wee E-Tank. Reggie getting bullied by the maze here, but picks up the Wave Beam. Now Interslice is just boosting his way through the acid water. The fun fact about the acid water and how a lot of this works is that where the barricades are, the water doesn't actually go past those until you destroy them and remove them, and then the water extends out, which was quite a cool wee find.
And to answer a question in chat that I see, so does this use standard rando logic? So as a Plandomizer, the creator gets to pick, how everything's laid out, what the item locations are. So it doesn't follow your typical, rando logic algorithm. It is custom logic created by the creator.
Yeah, so instead of an algorithm, a robot deciding where things go, it's fully on an individual, a real person deciding what's happening here. So Interslice now leaving Mines. He's finished his wee journey there. Only has one more location to venture to.
Which is
Pendrana at this point.
Back Vendrana, I'm guessing. You haven't been there yet.
Well, Interslice, went to the initial Fendrana door and turned around because of the superheated room. So I would guess that they are heading back that way now, and realizing that probably going to have to deal with some superheated environmental damage.
However, he is well equipped on the E-Tank side of things, so it should be a little more bearable for them.
There's some other people in the race time alluding to being cowards, and I guess they found something somewhere. No idea if it's something we've already seen or not.
So I believe they are discussing the bombs under Warrior Shrine. I think the cowardice was the fact that they didn't go for them.
Okay, that makes sense.
So Interslice making a return to landing site. And we are soon to be seeing one of the best features in the Plandomizer.
Uh-oh. Think I might know what it is. Wonder if it's anything similar to something I've done in the past. Well, besides that.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're getting to see the best feature the Plandomizer can offer. Mandatory Gulley.
This is a room that is definitely, I'd say, almost never seen in a typical rando situation. So it's always fun to kind of force the route to go that way.
Okay, maybe I read too much into that. Is that all you guys were talking about?
Yeah, just Gulley.
Okay.
And then Interslice picking up another pair of bombs. Those are not anti-bombs, they are legitimately a proper set of bombs. It is fully possible to get those rather than the bombs under Warrior Shrine. The main reason those bombs were placed there was to actually teach the player that they have lost their Morph Ball. So when they walk through the waterfall cavern, they would see the bombs on the landing site, they would attempt to morph and then realise, I don't have Morph Ball anymore. So it's a wee lesson for them. You didn't need to pick them up. It's more of a kind of tutelage type thing. And Reggie making their dip through mines as well. Well, you've got to teach people the basics of what your Plando is designed to do. We're here to rob them of the tools that they have accessible. We're here to teach them new and extraordinary lessons and be a little rude while we're at it. For example, Reggie's having an acid bath.
And it looks like Interslice is heading to try and get artifact hints.
Ah.
Now, if you're too close to the door, this actually has a bit of an issue. And a nice wee pick me up, 4 E-tanks.
Why? Is there a sinister reason for that?
Don't know what you're on about. Would I do something like that? Yeah.
What's wrong with E-tanks?
There wasn't a good place to put the 4 remaining E-tanks in the journey, so we thought we'd just stick them there.
Alright.
The Winterslice scratching his head. He knows that the only area that's still available to them is the superheated Findrana. But he's not yet ready to make the dive. So Reggie also having gotten their Wave Buster as well. Calvin taking a wee dive there.
Inner Slice back in Chozo here. Check in a couple of checks that weren't accessible before.
Yep, they never had bombs originally coming through here. Yep, Tower of Missiles is indeed closed for repair. We've got some logic bugs there, and Dark Zero is working on them. Sadly, we couldn't get the yellow tape out. And Slice going for a wee save reset.
Nobody's at it now.
And Reggie now vacating the mines. And our slide's going back for the tanks, I believe. I'm seeing the artifact temple is submerged in water. Nice wee scenery. Ozo's been left for a long time and the range just constantly been dropping away. So you would expect it to fill up eventually.
Makes sense.
Yep, temple drainage system backed up. It's a side issue with the mines. Phazon mines having been recently built up. They've kind of been messing around with the natural plumbing of the planet.
Did Inner Slice lose eyes or just never get it?
Inner Slice never got it.
Okay.
Because he's not made the full commitment into Findrana yet. Now it looks like Interslice is making that decision. Now Reggie has partially completed the Findrana location, but he's just missing the kind of the final little bit. And then the fly's heading to the safe station just to keep the safety.
And Reggie now making their way through Gulley.
Peek your booty, giving a nice holler to the gully. Reggie being very suspicious with the E-tanks.
Skipping them. Might need them later.
Well, considering that we've taken away items in the past, I get their cautiousness.
So Reggie's going to take the safety save just to make sure before picking them up. So the temple door was ice locked. Not ice spreader locked, just ice locked. The beam combo doors have like a... what's the best way of describing it? A kind of a meshed look to them.
So he just chose not to do it. It's not that he couldn't. Surprised he didn't at least check it after saving.
Now Reggie deciding to do some silly things here is working on doing some training chamber wall crawling. Now this is not required whatsoever. That is a very interesting way to get to the back of Chozo, where he could have just gone in through the intended front door. Right, so he's picking up another E-tank there. And our slice does have 13E. Not long until they have the full 14. We saw the last remaining one being in observatory earlier on from Reggie. Reggie discovering there's a nothing item over here, reinforcing that this is not the play.
By the way, Sean had to step away, so he guys can take over tracking.
In a group.
Excuse me.
Oh, Reggie. Reggie. The out of bounds here is not required at all.
I wonder if he's avoiding something that he knows he has to do but doesn't want to.
Seems like it. But it's bizarre because there's an entire region and a door that he should be aware of. And may have just forgotten.
And Neverslice has all 14 E-tanks. I think he suspects what he might need them for.
What have we not seen so far, chat? What are we missing? Up. What do you think you should have seen by now?
Well, normally I would expect to have seen at least one suit. Well, we have. Never mind. I don't think we have that suit anymore, though.
Nah, we took the gravity off them. We stole that right back.
I'm wondering what's in Back Vendrana and Lower Mines. I'm wondering how they get there.
Visors, artifacts, and a proper suit. Yeah, we haven't seen any of those yet, surprisingly. Reggie trying to ceiling warp in here. Now, if Reggie successfully does this, he will be back in bounds, and the doors here do allow him to continue forward. I only locked this way, kinda, the entrance into this location, but I didn't lock them on the way out. So they're free to leave. Well, this is Reggie's first jaunt into this part of Chozo. And then Interslice discovering what's hidden at Research Core. And Reggie picking up their plasma. So Reggie go on a roundabout way to get to the destination. And were you going to say?
I forgot.
The twist is there's only one artifact and it's vanilla newborn. No, that's mean.
Oh, this looks weird.
A Warry Hall with no liquids.
Yeah.
I originally played around with this room to make it a true watery hall where I've just filled it with water, but it kind of didn't look right. So I just decided to bring it on theme and just dry the entirety of the location out.
Fair enough. Double kill.
Reggie grabbing themselves another E. Yeah, so as Toaster's pointing out, we, as a community, have developed a kind of tradition at the moment in regards to the Plandos that have been getting developed. Not all Plandos that have been developed have kind of followed this, but there is a collection of the Plandos that follow suit in the name of Trial of the Something. So I believe the original one was Trial of the Elder, which was Toasters. That was initially launched or revealed as part of the Plando release. And a collection of us have all kind of followed suit in that, developing things like me and Alexis Nightfire put together Trial of the Chozo. I believe RoboScout done Trial of the Spirit. We are doing Trial of the Warrior here, as you can see. And I believe there is one other, but I cannot remember off the top of my head at the moment. But I kind of like the idea that each of these individual trials have different thematics to them. And they're progressively showing. Trial of the World, that's the one. Reggie's one was Trial of the World, yeah.
I was just going to look that up, because I couldn't remember as well.
Reggie now a little feet in lava.
Now, Inner Slice coming up on a location here that Reggie actually turned around. So this is a new location we haven't seen yet.
So that's what that was.
A very exciting location. We're seeing some ice spreader. However, if anyone's ever seen the Billy Mays meme, wait, there's more.
Ah.
Chapel has an open ceiling, by the way.
I didn't know that.
How else does the sunlight get in?
Good point.
And now Interslice has all three beams and all three beam combos. Finally, they may have access to the Artifact Temple.
I'm not so sure anymore about what I suspected. I mean, it could still be the case, but won't matter anymore.
And that reminds me to tick off Flamethrower for Reggie, because they have done Zoid. Now, Reggie surprisingly isn't too far behind, because all they really need to do is go into Fendrana, collect their ice spreader, and head back. Because they completed the majority of Fendrana already, that, and they kind of cheated into the back of Chozo here, so they've done things in a little bit reverse. There was a little bit of magma, lava in Magma, but it was the connecting elevator to Fendrana.
I was about to set up for IS.
And we're slightly forgetting that there's a mandatory Gulley here. So thanks to America, I actually discovered there's standable to get up to here without boost ball, which was neat. Very, probably never going to be useful, but...
You know, based on how tall that half pipe is, it might be slightly quicker than boosting up there.
Yeah, I think it actually is.
You'll have to show me that sometime.
Ooh, beautiful ship dash.
Very nice dash.
You can get bombs right after supers, yeah. Not that it really saves you much, because... No, you can't get bombs, because you need bombs to get to the landing site. And where your power bombs are.
Do power bombs not break the goalie?
They might do, but the thing is that...
Interslice choosing to reset there.
Yep.
Wonder why.
Yeah, I wonder why.
Wasn't too keen. I think Interslice was looking at his item track there.
Right.
He has just said why did he do that in the race time. So maybe a bit of a mistake. So Reggie deciding to try and do the bomb jump here to get out rather than use the wave beam that he's got. And Interslice has finally got his one and only artifact of the seed.
I figured that would happen, but I was expecting heat damage. I know he has variant. Is this heated?
No heat here.
Okay. It's nice putting anti-boost ball there, though. Pretty
Yeah.
rude.
And it's specifically on the spawn
Interesting
point.
that he, yeah, 'cause it's interesting that he reset to try and avoid that, but inevitably cannot.
Welcome to a bit of a vanilla fight with Ridley.
Okay, I don't get it. I mean, he still has boost, but the boost was only in one spot, right? So if he just avoids it, would he still be able to?
What we actually done is that when the cutscene finishes, they spawn on top of the anti-boost ball, so they cannot avoid it.
Oh.
So there is no two ways around it.
Oh, okay.
And do you remember what I was saying earlier on, ladies and gentlemen, in regards to speedrunners and our rando runners always cheesing these bosses? We were discussing that around the beetle battle situation. So we thought to ourselves, let's make them do this the intended way, and we'll take away their boost ball. Be a lesson to them. Now, Reggie is back in Magma. Hopefully makes their way to Findrana to collect their remaining item. They still kind of need phase on. That is true.
Might as well get this out of the way. Oh.
Ah, the invincible heart. Phase on suit in sub-chamber 5. It's possible. We could do that. And there goes Ridley. Say bye to the metal chicken.
Reggie now entering back into Findrana.
So, in this cutscene, if you don't have gravity and you only have Varia, the model kind of gets a little wonky, shall we say. And that's a vanilla game thing as well, surprisingly.
Okay. Hey, did he lose more? Oh.
Yep. We took Morph Ball away from him.
Oh.
So he's got to think. Wave Buster's not the solution here.
Oh.
Because they don't have enough missiles. You need like 240 missiles for that.
I like that they went for it though.
Now I'm stumped. I don't know how you would do it with. Oh, right. So it's okay. Makes sense.
And we swapped our space jump for a Morph Ball here.
Okay. About their scan visor, still have it?
Nope, took Scan Visor off them, so they can't do Scan Dash strategies.
That's rude.
And Reggie now getting their Varia suit and Ice Spreader. Also, fun fact, I discovered today Plasma Beam does not work in the dishes. You cannot line the dishes up or shoot them up with Plasma Beam.
Interesting.
I wonder where Reggie's going.
We got a forfeit in the race time.
Yep, it seems Aero has gave up. Zoid is also immune to Plasma.
Oh. Power went out. Okay.
Right, so he hasn't gave up with his seed, but he's had a power outage. Oh, nice wee hop up there. Getting bounced. That was a beautiful wee end.
I looked away and missed it.
Inner Slice now finishing up the plant. And what is the reward, I wonder?
So this has changed a little bit from your experience, Sass. I messed around a little bit here. I wanted to do something silly. So Inner Slice gets his... and also gets their Scan Visor back.
Interesting.
So basically, no need to have done this so far, unless something's on ghosts. Well, actually, they were forced to, I guess. Oh, really?
There's no ghosts today.
It's messed up.
It's fine, there's nothing there. It would just be a nothing they would get. Inner Slice being a little confused, maybe? Oh dear. I think I figured out what the problem is.
What problem? Oh. Uh-oh.
Oh no, it's fine.
Still beatable?
No, it's beatable, it's fine.
Okay.
I thought I messed up. I did not mess up.
Interesting. Interslice choosing to go over the Thardus trigger.
Yep. And stepping into this fight, Interstate actually lost bombs and power bombs.
Just noticed that. He. Nice. No thermal either. His plasma takes the edge off a bit.
Curious as to what Reggie is up to here. Reggie brain heart. Fire. Have you heard any expletives from Reggie if you're in the house with him? What's the commentary from inside?
Figure.
I think Toaster is sorry. I think Toaster's more sorry that he let me do this. Let me SAS develop this and that Toaster gave us the tools.
Oh, is that door disabled?
Yep.
Oh.
So Inner Slice now has their bombs. He's eerily quiet on that side of the apartment.
Hmm.
Did Interslice take the save?
I don't think so. Oh,
Now, Interslice, you're missing something.
you a-hole.
If you guys notice, Inner Slice may have a little bit of an issue here.
No one cycle today. Oh, chat pointed out no X-ray either. That's interesting. Wonder if they missed it somewhere.
No, they haven't missed it.
Oh, you can... No, wait. I'm a little confused.
He's on the right line. He just needs to find the right standable.
What'd you say?
He just needs to find the right standable for this.
Oh, it's on the wall somewhere? I can't
Yep.
see. Oh. It's hard to see on the restream.
Now, that was a cool idea, but...
Is that it? Is that it?
Yep.
Okay. Honestly, I probably would have forfeited right here because I did not know about a standable in here.
So, in the README, this is specifically called out. There is a Sandwell terrain exploit that is not in the database because it serves no absolute function in Randomizer because it doesn't do anything.
Huh. Until now.
Until now. And this is why that we opened the room to say, does anybody have any questions beforehand going in?
No power bombs.
Now, where is X-ray on this list? There we go.
Oh wait, he has one.
Now, you can just use missiles on this boss, by the way. Not even required to use power bombs. You can literally just missile them.
And if some of you didn't notice, that's why the missile tank, super missile tank in Metroid Quarantine B puts their missiles at max. So we didn't want to be too rude taking away charge, so we gave them an abundance of missiles to use.
Ah, is this where Reggie got confused? They forgot the Gulley action.
Well, Reggie did go through Gulley earlier.
Yep. More hands up for the Gulley. Power pirates are surprisingly quite easy. The worst pirates to see in this phase is wave pirates, because wave beam does almost no damage. Going for some power bomb strats here. So Reggie is choosing not to take the E-tanks. And Reggie has lost their boost ball. And Inner Slice is closing in on the near end of this fight. On the restream, I can't tell how many missiles Inner Slice still has remaining. So it's hard to say if they're trying to preserve or they're all out. It looks like he's got a healthy amount still. 134 still. Ah yeah, there's a bar that goes with it, I forgot. Oh, nice wee trooper skip there by the looks of it.
Yep.
And Inner Slice is probably going to like release a sigh of relief here once this is done.
Yeah, I sure would.
Just the dead silence of victory.
Oh wait, are you leading up to something?
Hmm? In what sense?
Oh, okay. Makes sense. I thought you were like ominously leading up to some surprise or something.
No.
Okay. It's nice to see a suit again. And our charge beam back.
Yep.
What was that?
A missile.
Hmm. How people could do that climb with enemies shooting at them.
I usually get rid of the turret at the top. That's the main one to get rid of.
Falling down, but able to catch themselves.
Yeah. And now Reggie discovering the impact crater's a little different today. And discovering they also have no morph ball here. And they trade the morph ball for their space jump. And Reggie says in the chat, he is mad.
Nice.
And straight to the Metroid Prime fight. Dropping them off right in front. And we're in final bosses, ladies and gents. How have we enjoyed our journey?
That's good.
So you glad you missed out? Or you didn't participate? Or are you kind of regretting not joining in?
50-50.
Yeah.
Only because I might have forfeited at OP, not knowing that was standable there, let alone seeing the item up there. Kind of blends in with the wall, so I would have missed it.
So the idea is that we try to teach them about that. Now, during the Flagra fight, during the Ridley fight, we teach them that we've took the item away from them. In the Flagra fight, we've taught them that we've took items away, but we then give them items to compensate. The Thardis fight, however, we are actually missing Thermal, and Thermal was available in the Thardis fight. But
Really?
Interslice just didn't look around.
Oh! Another standable somewhere.
And then obviously X-Ray. The fact that Interslice just threw themselves into the room before stopping and taking a look, they didn't realise they didn't have X-Ray. If they took that chance to kind of just stop and peruse the room, they would have seen it. Because you can get the standable without triggering the fight, so you can get X-Ray before even going into the fight.
Oh, that's fair enough. Where was Thermal in the TARDIS room?
We'll leave it for now, and we'll wait and see if Reggie somehow finds it.
Okay.
If Reggie doesn't find it, then we'll spoil it. And that is Reggie defeating the plant. We'll be rewarded with their space jump, which I forgot to untick, but hey-ho. The problem with this plan, though, is the fact that we're constantly ticking and unticking things.
I love how Reggie checked to make sure he had space jump back.
Reggie taking a moment to look at it and go, right, is this actually my scan visor? And Reggie going back to also discover that there are no ghosts today. And Inner Slice making quick work of Exo. We didn't want to be rude for the Exo fight. We thought we would just give them all of the tools back. The only thing they don't have is Boost Ball, because you technically don't need Boost Ball for any of the final segments.
Yeah.
Could have got Thermal.
Yeah.
And Gravity, they did have Gravity. We took them away from them. However, you can scum the Gravity. You can decide to leave it there and get it after you lose Gravity at the Hive Mecha fight. So it is possible to bring Gravity to the end game.
What's
Which
the
Sash discovered.
damage reduction type?
It is standard, so it's not the what do you call it?
Progressive.
The progressive. Yeah, they've got the full 50% here.
Cool. Oh, the music's gone again. Nice.
Now, one thing Inner Slice could have done, which they didn't, is after you finish the Omega Pirate fight, they could have opted to go back for another save. But you know, they are well versed in final bosses.
Yep.
Looks like Reggie skipped the trigger too.
And we'll be rewarded with our power bombs.
So if he doesn't look around and find it, you'll reveal it?
Yep. If Reggie doesn't find it.
Robo has a question for you in the race time.
Robo, do I have Robo?
Inner Slice will be here shortly. GG's to Inner Slice. No, we haven't seen Thermal yet. Hopefully we will soon. Either in the credits or somewhere else.
Oh, what's happened to Inner Slice? Where's he found himself?
What?
Uh-oh.
Uh,
Something happened here.
oh, is that not intentional?
This is unusual. Where has Inner Slice found themselves?
Is that sarcasm?
Just a wee bit.
Hmm.
Because Interslice, I think Interslice may have walked
Went
away before
Probably went to
actually
the
seeing the
bathroom.
credits. Now, it doesn't look like Reggie is going to be obtaining the thermal visor. Now, thermal visor was actually up on the spider track. It was you were capable of spidering up and collecting
Okay.
thermal.
Okay. Wonder if Inner Slice will need to unforfeit.
You'll need to dot undone and continue on
Oh,
because yep.
he just did.
Inner Slice now realizing. So we figured this might happen. We did put a little blip in the README to remember it's not over until the credits roll.
Okay.
And I'm sure
Like,
the rest of the race time chat is going to be a little intrigued by that dot undone.
yeah, Reggie is.
So we're just
Wonder.
waiting for the stream to catch up.
Ah.
So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the final segment
Oh.
of the Plando, the final boss for this evening. The one boss you do not see in Rando.
And I see where else you're going with this. It's a nice ending.
And by all rights, a Metroid game should end with the fabled escape sequence, should it not? So when I was talking about the save scum on the gravity suit, it's actually possible to bring gravity suit to this final segment.
Hmm.
So yeah, time to escape the underwater frigate.
Evacuate immediately. Evacuate immediately. Evacuate immediately.
So Thermal was in the Thardis fight. It was up on a spider track.
It is active during the fight, right?
Yep, it's available, fully available.
Cool. Oh, I thought the whole sequence was going to be underwater. I wonder if you could actually make it if it was on. Well, okay.
So there's a weird thing with that elevator because of the function the elevator does. So the kind of the ability to go up and down, you can't submerge it into water for some silly reason.
Hmm.
Reggie seems a bit confused here. And
Reggie not
I think
using
it's
their eyes.
understandable.
Did he save? Or no, there was no save.
Not 100% sure whether they saved. I think Reggie's looking to do a kind of self-execute here. and maybe take a wee nosy before. Yep, definitely took the save, which is good.
Oh, I forgot you spawned there. Okay.
Now, spawning there doesn't necessarily trigger the save, which is the weird thing. You do need to back up and then walk back in.
Is that nothing in there? I couldn't tell.
He already took the missiles and then saved.
Oh, yeah.
So the gears working their way with Reggie.
Must be looking around for it. Yeah.
Yeah, he's looking now, so I think it's inevitable that he's going to find it now.
And because he knows that Interslice tried to done that it is available, so he is fully aware that it is completable. Get your scan visor out, Reggie. Oh, oh! What's he found? What's he found?
Nice. No water physics when grappling.
The water physics do actually trigger, but you kind of get like thrown into the air with it, which is bizarre.
Oh, nice way to lose your items, or at least your phase on them. Oh, he did lose all items except the beams. Okay.
The beams are gone too, but the HUD does not update appropriately. And Reggie getting the X-ray visor.
Underwater space.
And this is how Ridley canonically survives. He escapes and goes on to star in Metroid Prime 3.
Alright. GG's to Interslice for real this time.
Yep, GG's. We'll get Interslice in here and we'll get the feelings, the vibes from Interslice. So how did we find that chat? If they had gravity, they could have just flew through quite easily, quite comfortably.
And welcome to
Spice.
Interslice.
You guys got me good.
How did you find it?
Find what?
How did you find it overall, the experience?
Oh, it was an artistic masterpiece, I'll say that. Belongs in a museum.
It was quite funny. We expected the early .duns from people, and it was quite amusing because we obviously theorised that you'd got up to stretch, go to the bathroom or whatever,
That's
and then you
exactly
just
what I
must
did,
have returned to see it still going.
I walked back into my room and I looked at my computer and I saw, why haven't I gotten the invite yet from Discord? And I see a nice big blue screen on my right. It's a nice 0% finish. It's nice.
Yeah. Right, so let's... We'll see if that tweaks Reggie's volume a little bit. So, walk us through how your journey, your mindset going through the game, and what kind of happened.
Let's see here. We started in Frigate, eh? That was an interesting start. Yeah, oh, I remember I turned around after I went through landing site just to find that the door had locked behind me.
Mm-hmm.
It took me a solid 45 minutes to remember from the README, Gulley.
Yep, Gulley main feature of Plandos. We thought we should have kept it.
The one useful thing. I'm kind of curious, how is Reggie getting along?
So Reggie has just finished their Omega Pirate, so they got kind of bamboozled with the whole X-ray thing as well. And Reggie kind of got confused a little bit. Like, one of the things I think a lot of yourself and probably the other runners got confused at was the Variolus Fendrana shenanigans, with the fact that you went across the world looking for Variasuit, not to find it, and that delayed a lot of things. Reggie actually took on Fendrana first.
Okay.
All cleared it, got to Chozo Ice Temple, looked at the ice spreader, and then walked away from it. He was like, I don't want that. And then had to double back later.
Oh, no.
Once they discovered it was actually mandatory.
Yeah, that was kind of neat how you could get all the beams in whatever order you wanted, pretty much.
Yeah, so the main idea was to kind of pick and choose what way you wanted to go through the game. Granted, there is an easier route, a kind of a soft route through it. So it would have been Chozo into Phazon into Fendrana at that point. But each of the individual areas are available and open and completable from the very get-go of Magma once you've got all the relevant items.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. That little bundle of E-tanks after you successful after mines, that'll help with the run.
Yeah. And that was mainly just to equip people for the final bosses as well.
Yeah, I was getting a little worried at the end since you don't really have a chance to save.
So you can save before a Mega Pirate. You spawn in the save station, all you need to do is step back into it to trigger the save.
Yeah.
You do get that kind of breather in between the two.
Should have done that. I was really worried going into OP because I realized I don't have X-ray and I don't see it.
Mm.
A few minutes to see it.
So there's one item you didn't get.
Oh, what was that? Thermal?
Thermal. Did you see what it was in the credits?
No, I forgot to look.
It was in Quarantine Cave. You can pick it up during the fight with Thardus. It's up on a spider track. So what we try to do with the boss fights is that Ridley teaches you that we can take things away. The aim is to kind of put players in a situation where they're told to do things kind of vanilla. Wagra taught you that you have to search around for the items to progress the fight.
Yeah.
And Thardus is a bit of a doozy. Like, in Thardus, you can look around, you can see the thermal, but you and Reggie both done exactly the same thing, where you skipped across, recollected your power bombs, which gave you the kind of the easy ride back through the fight. And then that was to try and lead you to the understanding of the X-ray shenanigans.
Yeah, I didn't
And
think you
the-
need enough to not put X-Ray in the game.
Yeah. In the README, there is a specific call out to a piece of standable that is not in the database because it serves no absolute function in Randovania, and that was the standable.
Yeah, I've never seen that before.
And both Robo Scout, who had to message, that's the thing that Robo was very confused with when he thought he'd soft locked.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Reggie doing some wave bustering, yep. Reggie did also skip the final 4 E-tanks. I believe he was very conscious they were anti-tanks, and they were going to take them away from him.
I wouldn't blame him for that.
The thing is, you can kind of test the waters, because you're at ship save, you can jump in the ship, save, check to see what happens with the E-tanks.
Yeah, that's what I did with the boost ball, and I realized either way.
Yeah, there was no way of dodging that one. So was there any favourite moments, anything you felt that you really enjoyed, any shenanigans that you were really behind?
The pool of lava and burned up was very funny, I gotta say.
Yeah, the floor's made of lava.
And just having Magma and Vendrana swapped in their heat was
Yeah.
funny too.
There was one room that we couldn't do. I didn't want to superheat, which was Ruined Courtyard. I would like to have superheated it, and runners of like your caliber, Reggie's caliber, and kind of fairly competitive individuals would have been able to deal with that quite easily. But for people who don't necessarily know the standable terrain, to do the puzzle vanilla, you need Spider Ball, and Spider doesn't work when superheated and taking damage. So I had to leave that room as is. Reggie getting the flamethrower kill in, yep. Reggie's now on Essence. We'll hopefully be looking forward to their dot done themselves. We'll see what confusion Reggie ends up with.
So how long about did this take?
We've been working on it for about a week and a half. Constantly tweaking. I was tweaking things all the way up until basically 2 hours before. And it was mainly just because I was constantly experimenting with what I was capable of doing. Toaster was coming out with a lot of ideas and a lot of kind of behind the scenes stuff. Toaster was kind of responsible for putting things like the acid and mines. Mines having a bit of a sewage issue, as you would have noticed.
Yeah, I think that caused a pretty big frame rate drop in that mines elevator.
Yeah. I know what you meant about the issue on Wii. I had the same thing. I remember running through it and it went fine. I think there's just something with the pirate there kind of triggering and maybe too much going on. And I think it's just something to do with the checking whether it should be starting or not.
Yeah.
But I managed to go through start to finish on the Wii with no issues.
Gave me a little bit of a heart attack, but it's okay.
Dynamo access did freeze a little bit, but I think that's all kind of probably all linked together in a sense. Probably all the same root issue. There's just too much going on with having central dynamo filled with a little bit of acid to roll around in.
Oh yeah, Dynamo access is what I was referring to when I typed that.
Ah, right.
Oh, Reggie.
So, how did you find the overall experience from your side of things, watching it through?
Sorry, what's the question?
How did you
Oh.
find the experience from the kind of the viewership side?
Oh, this is really fun to watch. Learn some new things. Understandable. Yeah, it kept me guessing. That's about all I could say.
And this is all doable and planned, though, so hopefully this will inspire some people to kind of go away and start working on the next wave of Plandomizers.
Oh
once
yeah, for
Toaster
sure.
releases the updated pack.
Yeah, already got some ideas of my own.
Unfortunately, Reggie didn't fall for it, probably because I already fell for it and that made him
Yeah.
cautious.
Yeah, I noticed.
Now, there's a line of text in the README that specifically says the game isn't over until the credits roll.
Yeah, I saw that and I did it anyways. It's nice that you were able to put an escape sequence back at the end of a Metroid game that didn't have it.
I know, that was the main thing. Like, when me and Toaster were originally discussing this wasn't initially available to begin with. The Toaster done some kind of work in the background and we found out we could actually do it and give Metroid Prime the true escape sequence it deserved. And granted, we decided to stick it underwater, which was funny. Allows us to kind of go full circle where you start in biohazard containment and then finish up escaping the frigate.
Oh, that reminds me. Would it be possible to keep Gravity Suit?
Yep.
You would have just had to not pick it up right away. You would have to wait.
Yep.
Yeah.
If you left Gravity,
Pick up Alco.
There's no way no one's gonna leave that behind.
the thing is, like, I accidentally found it. Sass accidentally found it as well. Because I was on the mentality that I want them to pick it up and then lose it as a teaching thing. And then it wasn't until much later on that I realised I could just leave Gravity and never lose it and get the damage reduction from it and take that to Frigate. And you can just run all the way through this.
Yeah. Would have made a lot of lower range easier too.
Being able to kind of just boost through the acids.
Yeah.
Give you a little extra damage reduction for, what'd you call it? Vendrana as well.
Yeah.
Evacuate immediately. Evacuate immediately. Evacuate immediately.
Reggie throwing some lemons in anger, potentially. So not long now until Reggie escapes the frigate and we'll get Reggie in for commentary, and I will guarantee you Reggie will shout at me.
I'm sure he will.
Also, these pirates have ragdoll physics and it's great fun because they float up. Like, they're all coded to actually have like proper physics in the engine, and it just doesn't do anything until you start messing around like this. Yep, as you see, just floats up. This was the reason that I never returned Boost Ball as well. It is physically possible to do this without Gravity, without Boost Ball, as you saw, as you completed. I didn't want to give Boost Ball and just kind of trivialise it a little bit. I wanted it to be a true escape sequence, where you're on the edge of your seat.
I wonder how hard it would be to change the timer. Make it lower.
That'd be a Toaster thing. One of the things I did want to do was mess around with the HUD memos, but that's something for kind of much further down the line. Because I would have liked it when you picked up one of the anti-items, it told you what was happening.
Yeah, that was a little confusing at first. Good thing I had the auto tracker up.
Yeah. That's why we did specify as part of the README document to use the auto tracker, because it shows you exactly what's happening.
And also the bombs behind the ship. You know, also a little teaching experience.
Yeah, so the idea with the bombs was that you walk up to your ship, scan the bombs and go, oh, I want those, and then discover you don't have Morph Ball anymore. And you're like, well, what? And then if you go up to the super door to access Artifact Temple, you try to use your supers and discover, no, you don't have them anymore. It's all to kind of preface the shenanigans that is going on.
But losing the supers was a little confusing since I didn't see the super pickup. I guess they were inside the morph ball.
Yeah, they were overlapped. Yeah. Same with the space jump you end up getting inside the tunnel at Ruined Shrine. They're kind of overlapped with each other.
I didn't even notice that.
Also, how did you feel mandatory Beetle battle? And losing your scan
I tried to
visor?
get around it with an art, but it didn't work.
Reggie was very close. Reggie done some standable terrain to climb the kind of the outskirts of the wall, got up onto the branch that hangs above the room, and slid off into the trigger. He was a little too greedy. He could have just jumped and got there.
Yeah, if he jumped from the initial branch sticking out of the wall, he probably would have made it over the trigger.
These grapple points were fun.
Yeah, the grapple points underwater give you some airtime, which is quite neat. Now Reggie's been robbed of all the hard-earned equipment. Now, for some reason, this room gives you some weird air properties that you can just like glide jump through it.
Oh, look at those finishes.
Ooh, Ashler just finishing. Baha just finishing.
Let's see if they're actually done now.
Have they accidentally done?
Yeah, Astor did it too early.
Yep.
Baha
Let's
actually.
turn Baja legitimately at the same time.
Yeah, but Astor's not actually done.
Yep, Asler got psyched out and done the done on the Essence fight. We'll get an invite out to Uncle Reggie, get him in for some harsh words, no doubt. Did Baha officially finish?
Yeah, I saw him on the credits.
Oh, there we go, Asler's undone. And is probably looking at the screen going, excuse me? Uncle Reggie just exploring the major item locations here, probably curious as to where Thermal was.
Has Reggie been marked as done?
Let me find it. I'm still getting used to. There we go. I'm still getting used to using the panel myself. We'll hopefully get Reggie in. Reggie finishing with a 0% as well. One of my favourite features is ending in the game with absolutely no equipment, which explains why you go into the next game with absolutely nothing, pretty much. Or at least maybe other Metroids.
So this is a canonical Plando, is what you're saying.
It tries to be, yeah. Ridley escapes after surviving the fall and goes on to Metroid Prime 3.
Did the water drain in Artifact Temple? I could have sworn there was like water or something in there.
So there is water, but for some reason during the cutscene of Ridley falling in, the water isn't there. We don't know why that was the case, which was kind of gutting, because I wanted to see him like splash into the water and sink, which was the kind of the idea.
Here, I can send him one.
Cool. And GG's Baja. I hope you had fun with that. Uncle Reggie, how you doing?
Welcome.
I survived.
GG.
So how are you feeling, Reggie?
Those final bosses were abysmal.
Why is that?
The Metroid, shoutouts to the Hunter Metroid that ate like 3 seconds of straight face-on shots. That was absolutely remarkable. And then being shoved away from the fish in Metroid after it let me go super hardcore. Fendrana was fun. I wish that I would have... Honestly, I feel like my Fendrana was good. I wish that I would have gone for Ice Spreader when I found it, because I could have gotten it. I think I had enough energy that I would have been safe.
Yep. To kind of point
also,
out...
haha, Varia.
Yep. Every single
so
segment... every segment was designed in such a way that it's physically possible to do if you choose to do that first. Because you can choose whichever order you go into Mines, Fendrana, or Chozo. However, you try to do Chozo in a really awkward and roundabout way.
My Chozo was very strange.
So why did you choose the wall crawl rather than going in the front door?
Because I was sure that I would be locked off by something. I had just had it in my head that there was going to be something blocking that off. And I wanted to see what was in there early. Like a door, or I was going to be warped there and like directly into the ghost fight trigger. I was very much so expecting that. And then having something dumb in training chamber. Instead, both of those nothings were just very, very kind little kisses to you for breaking logic.
Yep.
So what shenanigans did you get into, Inner Slice?
I pretty much followed the seed, I think. What it wanted you to do. I did do Arbor Chamber out of bounds, got the nothing.
Yep, that was a real treat.
Yeah.
It looks like Baja has dot done. So the question is, not Baja, Robo is dot done. The question is it the real dot done?
The fake out was good. I was surprised that we didn't fight ghosts.
I
think it's just because you couldn't really find a good way to loop us back into it.
There wasn't. We originally had ghosts in, and the purpose was to give the player a power bomb, so they walked into Thardus with a power bomb. However, I then remembered you can just skip past Thardus and pick up your main PBs again, before triggering the fight. So I was like, you don't need it there anymore. So I kind of locked that off. How did you find the scan visor hidden in the box? What did you think of that?
That was funny, actually.
It was cute.
So fun fact,
very
there's
cute.
actually 2 scan visors. Because one of the things I've realised, if you choose to fall down Sun Tower and accidentally don't walk past or don't destroy those boxes, if you fall down the bottom of Sun Tower, there's another scan visor in the box in the corner.
I did
As a
find
precaution.
that because I heard it when I dropped down. I was like, what is that? What is that sound? I know what that is.
I was originally considering putting the item in the see where the water usually is in the access tunnel that you can now dip under. I was thinking of putting the item
There.
under there, but if players aren't keen on ears, then they might have just flew past it and soft locked. So I chose not to do that. There was no other boost ball. Once you lose boost at Ridley, boost is gone forever because you don't technically need it for the remainder of the seed.
You don't.
It would be nice, but you don't.
I was very, very proud of that Ridley. It was a borderline picture perfect boostless Ridley.
Now, fun fact as well, for Baja for yourself, Reggie, it is possible to bring Gravity Suit to the endgame.
Yeah.
If you chose to skip it in Alcove, you could have left it till much later down the line, and then took it into final bosses, and you could have had a Gravity fueled frigate run.
Yeah.
So, thoughts on ending on a proper true escape sequence?
I thought the Aqua Dragon at the very end was very fun. It's like, oh, look, we killed him, but he's back. Ha ha ha. Gotta go get him.
It's how he canonically gets off into Metroid Prime 3. He escapes and survives.
Yes.
Now, thoughts on Thermal? Did you check the credits as to what it was?
I honestly forgot that I didn't pick it up.
Thermal was in Quarantine Cave. It's up on a spider track.
Of course.
So you
I was
technically
very
could have
upset
done
at
it.
X-Ray, by the way.
How long
I
did that
think
take you?
everybody.
How long did that take you?
When I saw it, I was just like, are you kidding me? Oh, it hurt.
I
So-
thought we had to ride the elevator and drop down, but then I went over and no, you can't do that.
I had
So
no idea that
that-
was standable in that room. Like, why would you?
Yep. That's the standable that the README shouts out to. That is not in the database because it serves absolutely no function. But it was something that Toaster showed me, and I was like, you know what? I think we're going to be rude and do that. Because you can walk in with, you lose your charge beam obviously, but we give you 250 missiles because we want you to have a little bit of fun at least. And then you kind of stand there and you're like, I don't have my X-ray. And then you pull out your scan visor, you look around, and then you go, wait a minute. And we tried to kind of teach that element through those kind of final bosses. So Ridley's designed to take an item away to teach you to do it kind of vanilla and think. Flagra is designed to take the key item away, but you get it given back to you. So it forces you to kind of walk around the room and take a look for it. Stardust is a bit of a doozy. The thermal visor is like a kind of hidden secret, but it also kind of alludes to that if you come across the thermal visor, then it at least sets you up to kind of think the same about X-ray. I think I just need to make thermal maybe a little bit more apparent, and then when you walk into a Mega Pirate, then you know you need to look around. It's going to be there. That was the aim with it.
Yeah. The second, so I actually very much so enjoyed, even though I was kind of irritated by the alternate strats for the three majors. I had a lot of fun doing Flagra, in case it wasn't apparent by the dashing and bunny hopping around the room. That was very fun to do. And I was pretty happy with the way OP went when I finally was able to commit to the fight after getting X-ray. I thought getting those double PBs with only missiles was pretty cool. Didn't know that you would be able to have enough time to do that.
For Flagra, I was really concerned that I was supposed to have picked up enough missiles to wave buster him to death.
That's what I was at first too. I was like, oh no.
We had thought about it, but I was like, that's for another day.
Truthfully believed that the morph ball was going to remove my morph ball, or was going to give me instead the missile requirement for wave bustering it and take away my bombs, but let me morph.
So let's start wrapping this up because we're over the 3-hour mark now. So Inner Slice, GG's for finishing first. Final thoughts on it?
Like I said, it was an artistic masterpiece. I think that pretty much sums it up.
Reggie,
I'm
what's your final
GGC.
thoughts? Op,
I'm Toaster.
Toaster
I'm
Dad.
Sorry, I've been distracted. What's up?
Any final thoughts, Op?
Not at the moment. I'm a little distracted by something else.
No, that's fair.
Sorry about that.
And Sasquatch, thank you very much for partaking in the design of this and testing it and going through the dementedness of design with it.
Yeah, it was great fun to be a part of. It was definitely gonna remember this one for a bit.
Yeah.
And big shout outs to Toaster as well for kind of enabling us to get away with this. Like, it's all his fault for giving us the tools to do this.
Thanks, Toaster.
Thanks, Toaster.
But no, I think we will finish up from there. So I'm going to give a shout outs to Sasquatch for co-commentating and kind of helping out. Op for the blind commentary and kind of offering his kind of his genuine responses to things. Shout out to Sean Sigma also for jumping in and helping us out with tracking. And again, thank you to the runners for enduring the chaos. And shout outs to the chat for watching the shenanigans that we brewed up today. And hopefully maybe sometime in the future we'll do another one of these and we'll bring it back in some new fashion, some scary force.
Scarier
Yeah.
than this.
It's possible. I'll figure something. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us, and we'll be seeing you all next mission. Say bye-bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
All right.